And here is a very important thing to put in your mind. Don't be impatient. Like these type of change, this type of change needs a lot of time. You need to reinforce daily. So don't be impatient because that's also a trait of the old self that you are trying to get rid of. Emotion behaves like a neural spotlight operator. It doesn't politely highlight thought, it drenches it in fluorescent biochemical paint and stamps it with the high priority tag. Circuits formed under emotional pressure feel heavier, stickier, almost gravitational. They pull you back because they were born inside a storm. That is why old habits feel ancient. They were carved in emotional weather, not neutral daylight. Trying to override them with a stronger emotion isn't naive. It is surprisingly close to how reconsolidation works. But the brain is a living ecosystem, not a file system, and ecosystems respond to influence, not commands. Emotion recruits its own chemical arsenal: dopamine for reward and motivation, noradrenaline for alertness and arousal, serotonin for stability and regulation, cortisol when stress floods the system, neuromodulators that change the rules of learning in entire networks. These chemicals don't just tag experiences, they temporarily reshape plasticity, the brain's capacity to rewire itself. These chemicals don't just tag experiences, they temporarily reshape plasticity, the brain's capacity to rewire itself. A powerful emotional surge opens a window where new connections can form faster, stronger, and more efficiently. That is why vivid memories imprint with such permanence. The emotional amplifier cranked the plasticity dial upward. When you pair a new idea with elevated positive emotion, synapses thicken as they reinforce, new pathways gain metabolic priority, the myelin sheath wraps faster, improving signal speed, the competitor to the old habit becomes stronger and more appealing. The brain flags the new direction as important for survival. This is how new circuits rise, not through erasing the past, but through building something better funded and better fed. The twist is that emotion does not surgically rewrite old circuitry. It constructs new pathways that may outcompete the old. While the ancient circuits slowly weaken if starved of attention, that's very important here. The brain is geological, not digital layers remain beneath whatever you build on top. And by the way, if you want to get into this more in detail and want to understand more, starved of the attention, we have uploaded a video about that. So you can go to the YouTube channel and you can see it right there. Like we talked about how you can starve your ideas more deeply in depth. Memory consolidation adds another wrinkle. When you reactivate an emotional memory while in a fresh emotional state, the old circuits become briefly malleable. This is the biological loophole used by therapies like EMDR, exposure paired with safety, and emotionally grounded reframing. During reconsolidation, the old memory destabilizes, emotional meaning can be updated, the sting or fear loses intensity, the circuit becomes less dominant, new emotional context rewrites part of the pattern's influence. The danger lies in using emotion blindly. If you throw raw intensity at a problem, anger at a fear, hype at craving, force at a belief, you may accidentally reinforce the very circuit you are trying to dismantle. The amygdala interrupts intensity as relevance, not as correction. Strong negative emotion often strengthens the old script rather than replacing it. And that is why you have to be careful a little bit with your thoughts. The secret here, like the main secret, the number one secret when you want to kill an old idea or you want to kill a negative emotion or an idea, don't give it energy. Don't react with it. Don't talk with it. Don't try to explain to it. Trust me, I know all of these. So don't give it any type of energy, nor positive, nor negative. Let's say I've told you now to imagine a pink elephant. This idea or this image of the pink elephant, when you think about the pink elephant, you don't attach like fear or a lot of dopamine with it, right? You are neutral towards it. You have to become like that with your bad emotions or with your bad ideas. You have to be neutral with them. You don't give them energy, nor negative nor positive. And that's how you kill them. A more biologically skillful approach is this: pair the new habit or belief with rewarding, safe, or relieving emotional state. Create emotional construct that competes with the old narrative. Repeat the pairing until the body believes the new story more than the old one. Let the emotional tone of the new circuit outshine the veteran pathway. Over time, these emotionally charged experiences accumulate. Sometimes people experience sudden breakthroughs, single day rewrites that flip a belief like a table being turned. But more often, the change is slow, layered, and quietly transformative. The nervous system adapts at the speed of lived experience. Beneath every shift in perspective is chemistry altering tissue, and tissue keeps a long memory, storing every emotional season your mind has weathered.